What's up, my friends? So today, I decided to do a deck profile on Heroic Challengers because one of my friends at Locals really wanted my input on a Heroic Challenger deck, and I thought, you know what, it'll be fun. So I decided to put this deck together, test it out a little bit, and it's okay. I mean, it's pretty good for what Heroic Challengers is. But yeah, I'll just go ahead and start with the deck profile. So, 2 Redox. Most of your crap is Earth, so Redox seems like a good fit to me. I was thinking about running Grand Soil, but 1, not enough space, and 2, might be too graveyard reliant. I don't want him to be dead most of the time, so yeah. Next, 2 Photon Thrasher. I wish I could put him to 3, but he's not Earth, but he's definitely good for what it is. Instant Exceed plays, and he's just a good standalone card by himself. And moving on to probably the best Heroic Challenger of the deck is Heroic Challenger Double Lance. If you have one in the graveyard already, so it's pretty much an Instant Exceed play if you do. And yeah, I'd probably say you're either running 3 of this guy or you're running none of this guy, and yeah, I'd probably say you have to run 3. Next, Mass Chameleon. We have lots of 0 defenses in here, such as Ambush Soldier, Goblinberg, Photon Thrasher. So I felt like he was a good fit because he was a tuner and he's Earth, but I'm just testing him out for now. Moving on, 3 Goblinberg I think is standard in this deck. It's amazing for Instant Exceed plays. Now, Heroic Challenger Extra Sword, which is probably the second MVP of the Heroic Challengers. Giving 1,000 attack to the Exceed monster you Exceed with is absolutely insane. It's probably... so it's puts a lot of pressure on your opponent, honestly. Next, Heroic Challenger Sword and Shield really protects your monsters. I think he's earned a spot in this deck. He's probably done... He's done his work. He does his work. Max C. I don't run Pot of Duality in the deck, so I thought Max C would be good because it's Earth. You can generate pluses off of it, all that stuff. Moving on, 2 Clasp Sword and 3 Ambush Soldier. Now I know people probably do not like these cards, and I'm a little bit hesitant about them myself, but I feel like if you're able to get them off, and you can easily with Call of the Haunted and stuff like that, you can generate your pluses off of it and you can get back your resources much quicker, because this is probably the only way you're going to be generating resources. But then again, I'm no master at Heroic Challengers. I just feel that this would be best, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you think that these guys just do not belong in the deck and they were a waste of time printing these guys for the deck. But I felt, you know, we got these guys in Number Hunters. Maybe it's the key to Heroic Challengers becoming somewhat, and I use the term somewhat loosely, viable. Moving on to spells. Reinforcement of the Army is Le Deux, Darkhold, Le Deux, 2 Returning Alives, which is awesome in this deck, by the way. It's absolutely nuts. 2 MST, obviously if you can fit a 3rd in here, do it, but I'm running Trap Stun at 2, so I don't really see the point of MST at 3. Which, by the way, I love Trap Stun this format. I always thought Trap Stun was an awesome card, but yeah, in a Heavy Storm format, there wasn't really a point for it. But now it's gonna come out and it's gonna wreck so much. Oh my gosh, the way this format is, it's absolutely nuts. 1 Bottomless, 1 Torrential, 1 Compulse, 2 Call of the Haunted. If you can run 3, probably do it. I don't know. It's pretty good with Ambush Soldier, let me tell you that. And then the 1 Warning. That's the main deck. Let's move on to the extra deck. Only 2 Synchros with Crimson Blader and Gaia Knight. Obviously, there's probably better level 6s and Synchros, probably like that Vulcan guy, but I thought Gaia Knight was a big guy and he was good, and yeah, it was good enough. Crimson Blader is obviously good against decks who, you know, have high levels and stuff, and it can really help out and all that jazz. Moving on, Gem Knight Pearl, Kusanagi, which is the one that takes 3 level 4 warrior type monsters. He's pretty good. I don't think running 2 of him is really necessary, but I have one of him in there anyway. 1 Utopia because he's a warrior and it helps out. 2 Blade Armor Ninjas. It might be a little over excessive to run 2, but I always find myself wanting to run 2. And I don't know, that's how you're going to win probably with heroic challenges, is by OTKing your opponent or like doing tons and tons of damage, big damage, all that damage. And yeah. Photon Palpy, which is Butterfree for, yeah, Spanish for Butterfree. Anyway, yeah, Palpy is gonna, fuck off Palpy, it's Butterfree. Anyway, and yeah, he's probably gonna be the reason that, like, if your opponent has any defense monsters, you're gonna have some big ass attack monsters, put into attack mode and be like, bam, I'm a Butterfree, made of wings. I don't fucking know what I'm on right now, but it's crazy. I'm on some cocaine. Next, Heroic Champion Gundiva. It's okay. It's not that great. But you know, that sort of thing. Yeah, it's good at running at 1. Then we have 2 Excaliburs. I just love Excalibur. He does the work. He does the works and stuff. Maestroke, Cowboy, Shiny does your rank 1, and I also have Lionheart in here because he's wicked. Not really, but you know, you can make him, so why not? Moving on to the cards that didn't make it. Spartus. Your opponent can see his effect coming, so there's no real point. Your opponent's just going to play around his effect, so I don't really feel like he's worth running. Night Watchman is pretty good, but I don't feel like he's worth running. Like, he's good, but he's not good enough. That sort of thing. Moving on to this card, it's coming out in the new Yuma pack, Yuma Duelist Pack 2 in OCG. Trouble Diver, he's a dark, level 4 warrior. If your opponent controls a monster and all the monsters, if any you control, are level 4, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Trouble Diver once per turn this way. This card cannot be used in Exceed material for an Exceed summon, except by the Exceed summon of a warrior type monster. So yeah, it's not bad for warrior exceeding and all that stuff. I just feel like Photon Thrasher is better. Same with Blue Mountain Butterfly. I've talked about this card before and it's awesome. But he's basically a Kage to Kage for warriors, so yeah. Yeah, obviously I just feel like Photon Thrasher is just the nuts. Next, Heroic Chance. It's okay. I just don't think, like, if you were able to attack directly, that'd be nuts. That'd be absolutely insane. Yeah, that's about it. Next, Pot of Duality. I know there probably is some consistency issues in this deck, which is probably makes me want to play Pot of Duality, but I feel like you're going to be special summoning too much in order for Pot of Duality to be viable. If anything, I'd probably, if I was to run 3 Pot of Duality, I'd probably want to fit in like Card D in here, and then I'd probably want to do something like, I don't know, I lost my train of thought. I had something and it was good, it was going to be good, but now I lost it. Whatever. Anyway, Pot of Duality, it's okay. A deck like this, it could possibly be good, could possibly be bad. Oh, I remember what I wanted to say. Summoner Monk. There you go. Summoner Monk would be pretty deezed in this deck too. Next we have Fiendish Chain. I was running Fiendish Chain, but I took it out to make room for the Chameleons, because I thought the Chameleons would be better, but it could be wrong. Whatever. So yeah, anyway guys, this is what I think about Heroic Challengers in the September 2013 format. Tell me what you guys think. Yeah, I like Heroic Challengers. Warriors, I'm all about warriors, so I'm all for supporting this deck. And yeah, anyway, remember to rate, comment, and SCRUB-Scribe, and if you did this video, then it must have been your favorite, because I'm your favorite, and if you're my favorite, then I'm your favorite, and I need to stop talking. I don't know what I'm on. Anyway, later guys.